Okay, guys. So this meeting, I don't really have an agenda. Abbas and I don't have an agenda. Neither does Paulie. We're opening up the, you could say, the platform to help you guys. What do you really need help with?
Because I was going to get cancelled because Brody couldn't make it today. So, you know what? We'll put our hands up. We've always something to share.
Always. We're always all about, like, helping, helping the masses. We want to be able to give you guys the most value at the most specific amount of time. So if you guys have anything, I actually have my, just let me get a pen and paper. And then I can actually write down things, note them down. And Abbas and I and Paulie will give our insight into these little things.
Yeah, even anyone else.
And you guys can come off mute. You guys can write in the chat. What are you struggling with? What do you need help with? And I don't, Abbas, we've been watching Danlock. He's brilliant. Oh, Danlock is the best. You know what's funny? What I love about Danlock is
he's so honest.
He goes over and beyond.
Yeah, because his once a month Zoom call supposed to be for 2 hours. He always goes 3.5 hours.
Yeah,
like, I never stay to the end. Ever.
Never.
I always end up watching the replay later on when he sends it to me as an email.
Yeah.
He always goes above and beyond, like always. Last week we was talking about YouTube.
Yeah,
how to build
platform,
YouTube. So it's like cool, yeah.
Yeah. So we want to be able to give you guys the best possible thing. We go over and beyond for you guys. So you got so much different leaders in Team Alpha Omega, and literally Team Alpha Omega started with one person, Jeremiah. That's who started with, and then David, and then Jeremiah. And obviously Jeremiah was the first one in Australia, then Brody, and then all this happened because someone said, I can. Believe that I can. Time management, I need help with from your experience working through jobs. Okay, let me just write that down. Time management.
That's Peter?
Yep.
I think Yusuf's in the house all the way from Tripoli, huh?
Woohoo.
Today's
closing. Okay. All right. All right. 1 second. All right, I'm just going to mute person. All right, so balancing life with kids and working. Okay, so balance. Life.
These are all things we can definitely relate to.
100%, Paulie. Hey. Yeah, Paulie has. He has a footy team.
Basketball team. Come on. I haven't bred that much. Got a couple of reserves coming in though, so.
God bless, honestly, Paulie.
Relatable stuff. This is good. And keep them coming in the chat, guys. If we can help in some way, then
that's what we're here for.
You know what I mean? And if you have another perspective, insight as to what Abbas and Safa and what I'm saying, then jump off mute and say, hey, can I add something too? Like, every one of you is just as valuable as what we are. Geordie, you got anything to say? No? Okay.
Awesome. So balancing life with kids.
The future.
Yes. Future entrepreneurs. So balancing life with kids. How to get more organic leads. Organic.
Yeah.
I'm good at this because I tapped into something when my leads so what happens is
you go to ManyChat and go to all these popular like pages that buy and sell stuff. And
yeah.
All that stuff.
So I can definitely help with that, Rachel. So the best part of the business is you can target organic leads, which is offline, which pay like leads that you don't pay for, as well as non-organic leads, with ones that you pay for, which is that come through your ads. But I want to be able to give you guys the best possible answers. I'm just going for your thing, starting my online business and persona, putting myself out there. So branding. Okay. Understanding running ads. This is great, guys. Keep them coming. Honestly. Keep them coming.
And if we don't get to them all tonight, because this is what we need to do in the chats. This is what we need to have ready. Even give us a heads up, let's try and run an open forum meeting once a month so that we got like a strategy, and so that we know what we can plan as well as leaders to have some sort of agenda. To fill everyone's, outcomes and stuff. So yeah, if we don't get to them all tonight, we're going to be writing it down so we can jump, next meeting and stuff. But while they're coming in, Saf, if you just want to write them down, I just love to
write them down, man. I got it. All right.
We obviously did our team meeting in WA on yesterday. Shit, see, I lose track of days so easily. And a couple of things I got out of it was just like team connection. So even though we're on the other side of Australia, where, you know what I mean, our direct team, we may not, you know, align or have a full understanding or get the big picture from who we're talking to. You know, there's 700-800 of us, and people in our Hustlers chats, our Alpha 2 chat, our McCord chat, the Eclipse chat, like Alpha Omega, the original chat. Like, there's so many now. We're so broad. Reach out to everybody, to individuals. If you are of an age demographic, same. Reach out, connect. Become friends through Messenger. Ask each other questions through Messenger. Talisha is nodding her head hard out because she's done the exact same thing. There's so many other people here who have done the exact same thing. But I think there's a few people on here who may be scared to do the exact same thing because they're not sure if that person wants me to message them, if it's okay to message them. Let me tell you, it's definitely okay.
Definitely.
Right? That's the whole reason we are doing things differently online with Team Alpha Omega. We are all about the team, right? We're all about helping each other out, whether we're getting paid for it or not, because in the whole world, Lord, yes. Well, you have to find a different one.
Sorry, guys. I'm just writing all this down because this is what we want to do. As leaders, we always ask our team, what do you guys need help with? What do you guys need help with? What do you guys need help with? Now, you writing this in the chat is going to help someone else that doesn't really feel like they have a voice just yet.
Yeah.
So I want to be able to help you guys at the best way possible, to be able to really, you know, connect. Now, you may not resonate with me, and that's completely and utterly fine, but I guarantee you're going to find someone else that's going to resonate with you, and you're going to resonate with them. I understand that I might be too much for someone. I might be not enough for someone. That's completely fine. You're going to find another leader that you can resonate with. But hey, everyone loves me. I don't give a shit. Okay, ways to get your mindset on the right road. Mindset. If you message them and Messenger after building rapport, how do you not come across like you're spamming the inbox and wanting to buy when you start talking to the platform? Okay, jump on YouTube, massive value there. Watch your Messenger tutorials in the file section. I got great value and recommend it to others as well. I love the hybridation. What to focus on most of the time when you're first starting the pro. Okay, all right. So the best way I'm going to kill these, because I'm literally going to write all the time if I don't address this. I want to be able to start at least. So what I'm going to do is everything that I wrote down, I'm going to give my insight. Abbas is going to give his insight, and Paul is going to give any insight. If any other leaders on here, I'm more than happy for you guys to give your insight, but I'm pretty sure there's not much people on. Is Des on?
Doesn't matter. Anyone.
Des is on. But anyway, if anyone wants to give their insight, I'm more than happy for you guys to jump in. Like I said, this is the team meeting for you guys, not us, for you guys. This is where we, bounce off each other, understand where everyone is, struggling with, help with, what really like a push in the right direction. This is what we're here for. So the first one you guys write is time management. Okay, so I'll scroll up into the chat. Let's get yourself started. Okay, time management, I need help with from your experience. Okay, so if you're working for your boss. So Abbas has a great process to help and talk about like paying yourself first.
I guess it goes back to what kind of job you do. I used to work the same security industry exactly like you. So I realized in my job I was the controller. So I was like at work. So I was sitting down to the office watching cameras. But sometimes I used to get an hour and a half doing nothing. So I just listen to like motivational stuff. What I did back then is I listened to Think and Grow Rich a lot because I didn't really understand his words. So I kept listening over and over again until I understood it. So that's what I did. So whenever I was bludgeoning, I wasn't really bludgeoning. I was really focused on myself. Yeah. So that's what I done. So if I start work at 6, I used to wake up 45 minutes early because I used to work around the corner anyway. So I'll get up and the first thing I'll do is just meditate immediately. Meditate, then go to work. Instead of listening to music, also podcast or Jim Rohn or Tim Rohn, whatever, Les Brown, whatever, to get my mind right. When I used to finish at 6, come back home, obviously have dinner, spend time with the kids for a little bit, and 45 minutes again on myself. Yeah. Then eventually, I made a couple of sales after, not even actually after 11 days, me joining, I reached 3A. So you know what? I wasn't giving my full attention, saying let's give my full attention.
Yeah.
So what I done is I took about 11 days off. I used my sick days and all that, and I just buckled down for about 3 hours. But these days, I haven't got a job no more. I feel like when I quit my full-time job, I think someone mentioned it.
Yeah.
Because they quit their full-time job, they can't really manage time no more.
Yeah, I think Elise and Josh said.
I started using it like work. You know, at work, how they tell you what to do and when to do it. So it was back to mindset again. So I used to wake up before my kids. I still do it even until now. I like waking up at 4 a.m. I really, really do. I actually enjoy waking up, and most people like waking up early anyway because they call it the prime times. My kids wake up around 7:30 anyway. So if I wake up at 4:30 and just, you know, work on myself for 2 hours, I'm already 2 hours ahead of most people anyway. Yep. So we'll drop them off to preschool. But by 9:30, we're back at home, you know, to go back and, you know, speak to leads, all that kind of stuff. So, you know, like, that's how I manage my time right now because, you know, we do this full time. So I wake up before my kids wake up. But I realize if I wake up before my kids, if my kids wake up before me, they throw me off because I've got to give them attention. So I realize it makes my life a lot more easier, me waking up before them. Would you agree to that?
Definitely. So, Abbas does that. Abbas wakes up 2 hours before. By the time like literally 10:30 comes, I'm literally like dead in bed. So what I do is I write down 5 things that I need to do the next day. That's gonna make me feel accomplished.
A to-do list.
It's like a get-to-do list. So I wake up. The minute I wake up, I meditate immediately. I say, for example, I want to wake up at 7. I put my alarm on 6:30. I meditate for 30 minutes.
And fall asleep for another hour.
And then I have to listen to a motivational podcast. Choose someone that you really resonate with.
Who have you been listening to lately?
I've been listening to Mel Robbins. I really, really like her 5-second rule. And I'm also listening to her book as well. So that's the next one. So I meditate. I listen to a motivational podcast. I read for at least 30 minutes. And that includes listening to audiobooks whenever I can. And then I do my I am affirmations. And then I check my page and I make sure my content's uploaded correctly, upload on my Instagram, my story, whatever the case may be. So 5 things I need to do the next day. I usually add to it, but I need to do these 5 things to make me feel accomplished in the way of the business. Paulie, do you have an insight about what you would do?
What I would do, what I did do, what I am not doing, because I'm so the opposite spectrum of you scheduled beings and your organization. I'm scattered. I'm still a scatterbrain, and I'll own up to it straight up off the bat. Today, yes, I was up at 5 a.m. I went to the gym at 5:30, and I actually had 45 minutes in my office to do some things like that before my kids got up. But ever since I've been home from work, I've been hitting walls flat out. I'll do it for so long and then I'll stop, and then I'll start something else and I'll stop, and I'll constantly show up and I'll constantly listen, and I'll constantly have all these things coming in and going out, and I'm just like spinning.
Yep.
So it's just, and I'm okay with that. I know I'm fucked up, right?
No, you're not fucked up, man. If it works for you.
Little way. Come on, I'm not taking the piss that bad, but I'm just saying, like, we've all got shit going on. Right? 100%. So we can't put ourselves on a pedestal. We can't be Abbas and Sapphire. I can't be Brody. I can't be Molly. I can't be, anyone. Pete. I can't. I'm me. You know what I mean? Everyone's got that, but you've got to find what does work and split test and figure out and go through the struggles. Find something that works, love it, works, and then you fucking hit a wall and stop doing it and see how different it is.
Thanks, Paulie. Thanks so much for your insight. So you guys, you got literally...
Is that my screen? Is that going all fuzzy for everyone else?
No.
Oh.
So, you guys, so you got 3 different perspectives, guys. Organization, must do, and someone that's scattered. So just because we're leaders doesn't mean we have all shit together all the time. We're still learning just like you guys. And I'll be kidding myself if I told you I know everything about it.
Hey, Safa, can you unplug your mic?
Why?
Have you got your mic plugged in?
Yeah.
It was real staticky then.
You guys hear me? The rest of the people? Everyone else? Does everyone hear me? Thumbs up and down?
It's dropping.
All right. Maybe. Can you guys hear me now?
Hear me now?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
So that's why you're doing fuzziness, because that was you.
All right. So yeah, so you guys understand the differences in, you know, life and people, and you guys have to find something that works for you. Don't try to be me. Don't try to be Paulie. Don't try to be Brody. Don't try to be Brenna Molly. Try to be you.
What do you mean you? Different.
Yeah, Abbas and I, even though we're together, we work so differently. So differently. I cannot, for the life of me, wake up early. For the life of me, I can't. But I work more productively at around 8 o'clock to 12 o'clock. That's me, though. Find something that works for you guys. Okay? All right, so the next one is closing. So I know, I think
Hey, Safa, can I just add mine onto that one?
Absolutely. Thanks, Des.
Yeah, I think it might help some people out also. So for me, what I used to do and still do now that I think will help everybody is before I went to bed every single night, I would write down 6 tasks for the next day. And this originally come from someone in Alpha Omega ages ago in one of the chats. And it was something that, served me very well when it come to productivity and when it come to completing tasks all the time. So, and that was every night before you go to bed, you write down 6 tasks that you want to complete the next day. Okay. And no matter how your day pans out, you always set the intention to, try and do the 6, but you set them in order of priority of how you're going to do them. So, so when you start out and you start with your first priority task, you then, tick that off and you make your way through. But let's say for the day you only completed 3. Well, that's cool. The next day you just roll the 3 on that you didn't complete to the next day and you create another 3 so that every day you're giving yourself 6 tasks. And I think when you do that and you're addicted to, completing tasks, that's when you see, a lot of improvement in your productivity. And obviously when you're, completing tasks and you're setting that intention before you go to bed every day, you're waking up that next day, ready to go and complete some things. Because I think that's the biggest thing is, if you don't write down anything the night before, when you wake up the next day, you've got no intention to do anything. And when that happens, you react to what happens in your day, whether it's a message on your phone first thing in the morning or whatever it is. But when your intention is to, always go to those tasks that you've set out, that's when you can, put your day in motion how you'd like and make sure that you're staying on task as best you can.
Okay. Thanks so much, Des, for your insight. Actually, really, it's very valuable. So I'm going to go to the next point right here. It says closing. So the closing is literally in straight line persuasion. So I'm going to share my screen, guys. And I'm going to, hold on, I just need my mouse pad. Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to share my screen now. Please, if you guys are not added to these groups, please reach out to your upline, reach out to me, Abbas, Paulie, Des, anyone. And they will definitely add you to these groups, unless someone just doesn't want you in these groups. I don't know. No, so not this one. Well, make sure you're in the hub, first of all. Let me just go back to my main screen. So Team Alpha Omega, everyone should be added to this if you guys have a product. If you guys have a product, make sure you're added into this. If you have joined within the last week, just reach out to your upline just to make sure you're in this thing. So I want you guys to go through the pinned post. This is so, so, so important. And guess what? It's going to be your right-hand man in this business. Reason being is because David Wilkinson and I, last year, literally 20th of April, probably about a year ago, we went through this and I made sure that everything is up to date for you guys. We're probably looking at really revamping it soon. But go through all these steps. And for closing, you want to watch Learn to Persuade and Influence. Watch Jordan Belfort's Straight Line Persuasions in the file section, 10 videos. Do a video a day for 1 hour long. Take notes and implement what you learn, or it won't do shit for you. So that's the link, and the password is freedom. Guys, I'm just letting you guys know that this actually costs money. The Jordan Belfort, I think it's about $5,000 per.
Balaj paid for it.
Balaj paid for it. It's $5,000 per episode, and there's 10 episodes. So you do the math, how much they cost. And obviously we have access to these to help us persuade and influence. So I would definitely recommend that. And obviously there's a massive long list of books that you need to start reading. If you guys get stuck, please ask, what your uplines are reading, what you recommend, and so on and so forth. And you got a long list of podcasts and YouTube channels that you guys can watch. Make sure there's Brody's PDF of like 6 days and 6 months. And then I have another right-hand man that's going to help you guys. Go to the file section. There's 2. There's Abbas and Suffer's training videos. And then there's Brendan Molly's templates to use for follow-ups and sign-ups. And you want to download my step-by-step guide into the online world. I spent 3 months preparing this for you guys, for the masses, to help you guys. Literally, it's your right-hand man. So that's what's going to help you with new sign-ups, with your leads, with people if you're stuck. Paperwork. I show everyone how to sign paperwork, where to get your paperwork from, and so on and so forth. So like, again, this is going to be your right-hand man. I don't make this for my personal game. This is for you guys as well. Obviously I make it for our team as well, but just letting you guys know that this is super, super important. Do you guys have any, I'm just going to stop sharing now. Do you guys, Pauline, do you guys have anything to add to closing?
No, that Jordan Belfort training is definitely valuable, like proper valuable. Right. I've been through it a few times, but that file section, guys, is just, it's just gold. Like, there's some old videos in there that Dave, Brody, and Tiff did going back a while ago, going through their messenger to watch examples of how they closed the 99.
Yep.
It's easier to get your head around closing a 99 than it is getting your head around closing a $6,000 machine. That's why ACE is promoting the platform is a lot of a better way for us to learn and to market and to split test and to figure out. But be happy in yourself and enjoy the nose.
That's right.
Enjoy the fucking nose, because it's one more person closer to a yes.
Yes.
It's a numbers game, right? Where it's a numbers game. And if they don't respond or they say it's not for me, but they don't unsubscribe, 3, 4, 5, 6 months later, who knows? They might be a buyer. Okay? It's a numbers game.
Yep,
so,
that's right.
Yeah.
Totally
don't get discouraged.
Also, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, guys. Also, Jordan Belfort has a huge list of podcasts on that podcast app. I know Apple and Android all have it. I throw my earphones in at work like all day, every day, and listen to everything Jordan Belfort has. Everything about closing, about sales, about tonality, and everything. Constantly listen to it. All of that stuff is so drilled into my head because I listen to it all the freaking time. It's like it's in replay over and over again. And then when I come to talking to somebody, all that stuff just clicks in my head. So definitely do that. If you're working in an industry that allows you to wear your earphones while you're working, throw it on. Yeah. Like, use that time as well. Like, I know a lot of us say, like, we don't have time to do much stuff, but like, there's a lot of things you can do even when you don't have the time to do it.
Make the time.
Beautiful.
That's it. Make the time. That's right. It's not
time management again.
Yeah, it's not about having the time. You need to make the time.
Yeah.
Because that's what we're here for, guys. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. Yet a billionaire and a beggar have the same 24 hours in a day, but which one's more successful? Which one do you think allocates their tasks, their day more? A beggar or a billionaire? Yeah. It's really about making the same time. Thank you so much, Anthony, for sharing your insight. Okay. So balancing life. So if you guys, I can't remember who said this, but if you guys haven't watched Molly's schedule, Zoom, recommend doing that. I do. Look, I won't lie to you guys. If when you're a parent, it can be really tough. It can really be tough. Like, like, am I allocating enough time for my business? Am I allocating time for my kids? Am I going to be the worst mom in the world? Do you know what I mean? It literally does so much mind. So I recommend every single person here, whether you have kids or not, unplug for 1 day a week to really like get in contact with your kids, your family, your mom, your sister, your dad, your each other. Abbas and I have a day for us, just us, and then I have a family day, which is Sunday. So find a day that you're like, okay, I'm definitely unplugging from all forms of social media. I don't care who messages me. You can actually now click your business page on away for your messages, so people understand that you're away if leads come in. And don't worry, they won't cry if you don't reply to them in 12 hours. But you want to be able to preserve the best time and what's your time. So make sure you guys are unplugging at least one day a week. At least just 1 day a week. Because it's going to give you that little bit of a push to really like motivate yourself. If you're thinking work, business, you're going to burn yourself out. So you want to be able to enjoy the journey while it's there as well. If Paulie has anything to add, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah, 100%. Like, I couldn't agree more. I'm not doing it, so I'm not going to preach it, but I couldn't agree more. It's something I do need to do. But it's also something that I'm a bit of a contradictive, because I figure, and I know it's hard to say, I'm putting myself first. I'm going to miss these, because I'm not missing these years. Like, there's a big difference between being completely absent from my house and my family's vision for an entire week, 50% of the fucking year, than there is being like this and being able to look up, being able to hear a question and answer it, being able to be on the fucking go 24/7 now while I can, so that I don't have to do shit in 3 years or 4 years. It's a catch-22, and it depends which way you look at it. So being selfish is not selfish, because you're doing it for the right reasons.
That's right.
Right? You're not out on the street. You're not hustling, shit. You're not doing anything wrong, right? It's this that you're telling that it's doing wrong. It's other people's opinion, or the fear of other people's opinions, that are going to tell you you're doing it wrong. It's everybody fucking else. But if you have the right heart and the right desire, then there's no reason you can't be on this thing a lot more than you think, because you need to be more connected, or you need to be this. We're building connection for the future. We're going to be there for our teenage kids, because we were busy when our kids were young, but we still showed up at their sport. We still picked them up from school, right?
Yeah.
We still put our phone down at dinner and ate at the table, because we were there every night.
Yeah.
But then we pick our fucking phone back up after dinner and do some work again. Lots of little bits, constant.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Paulie. Your value is really valuable. See, guys, like I'm saying, I like to show you guys the contrast, the differences. You want to be able to see what the leaders truly come from. Like, hey, man, some leaders really struggle. And does it mean that we're bad people? No, it just means we're human. We're on the same journey as you. It just means we're literally more advanced than you on the scale. We started a lot more earlier than you guys. But does it mean that you guys can, become a leader too? Of course you can. So you need to look at it like, a glass half full and not a half empty. Thank you, Dory. So organic leads. Okay, so there's a couple ways to really bring in your organic leads. Now, I was taught by one of my mentors. Her name is Shauna Clark. If you guys don't know who she is, she's an ACE leader as well. When I first started, 6 months into my journey, I really came across her, and I really immediately resonated with her. Very quick. Same attributes, same values. I really enjoyed with her.
She inspired you to start your YouTube channel.
She inspired me to start my YouTube channel. So she told me, if you are on one platform and only one platform, what you're doing is you're putting all your eggs in one basket. So what happens was, for example, it happened. It actually happened. I think it was about 2 months ago. Facebook and Instagram shut down for about 8 hours. Everyone went into a frenzy. Everyone went absolutely nuts. Guess what? I was still able to make a 10K day because a lead came off my YouTube channel. I'm not putting my eggs in one basket. I have a YouTube channel. I have a Snapchat. I have an Instagram. I have a Facebook. I have my personal Facebook. I have my babysitting page. I have leads. Sorry guys. My bad. I keep hitting it. I have leads coming from every single aspect. So if my ads aren't working on Facebook, they come through to my ads on my website, or they can come onto my ads on my YouTube channel. I have leads coming in from everywhere. So my question to you guys, are you giving yourselves the adequate time, effort into different platforms to make sure that you're not putting all your eggs in one basket? Be honest, guys. Like, are you putting all your life, all your hard work into Facebook? Because I can tell you right now, advertising on Instagram is a lot more cheaper than Facebook. The cost per result is a lot more cheaper because Instagram is an aesthetically pleasing platform. So if you're really good at content making, really good in front of the camera, if you're really good at like really taking photos, like, you know, you found the way to edit photos, you found the way to see all this stuff happen, you want to jump on Instagram as well. So that's where a lot of my organic leads come from. What happens is my content grabs them, they follow me, and then even if they don't buy within the first month or two, they're going to buy later on. That's how your organic leads come from. A second thing is for, and this is for people whose ad budget isn't as high as you'd like it to be. And I understand it. We have so many different people from so many social economic backgrounds. Some people are like, you know, don't have a big, massive ad spend budget. So what you want to do is you want to adequately, sorry, I lost my train of thought.
You know, copy and paste your ads on
buy and sell pages in your local area.
Yeah, you can also copy and paste your ads, or if you want, you can make an actual video or whatever the platform is called, and say, hey, I'm targeting you guys. Let's say it's buying and selling. If you guys want to stay and spend more time with family, I'm targeting you guys. Yeah. And
they're organic leads, and you're gonna have some dickheads that don't really care, but you're gonna have some really good leads that come through because these groups have 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 500, like 20,000 people on them. I guarantee you, someone's gonna see your ad that's gonna really resonate with you. That's the way to do organic leads as well. So,
Ab, I got a quick question.
Tell me.
Regarding ads, I've recently made just one change to my ad. I had an ad that was running really good. It was getting leads, and it was getting out there pretty well. And my cost per result were all at like 1 cent.
Wow.
Now, the only thing I changed was my budget. I put it up from $7.50 to $10 a day. And now all my cost per results are at 3 and 4 cents, like 3 cents for men, 4 cents for women. And the performance has dramatically slowed down. I know Facebook's algorithm sort of got to catch up with
what's
the
your ad
budget
per day?
$10.
$10 per ad set?
Do you edit the actual ad, or did you duplicate it an extra $2.50?
No, I edited the actual ad.
That's where you went wrong.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, okay.
Next one, duplicate it, then start all over again.
Yeah, duplicate it.
Don't ever touch the one that's actually working. That's what happens. Usually when you just touch the one that was actually working, it starts all over again. Over again.
Yeah,
that's
and you don't want to.
Oh, okay. Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. So you don't touch the original ad. If you guys want to scale it, you duplicate it, and then you scale that bottom ad or the bottom one underneath. So figure out which one works for the most. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Perfect. No worries, man. All right, so that brings us to branding. So
I'll say another one with organic leads, guys.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're right. I'm not on Instagram, so I'm not going to touch on that at all. But definitely with the ACE back office, Brendan and Jenny done the organic training, how to find other groups, other network marketers, other things like that. And it's not even to start promoting just an adject from our personal page. It's just a way to find the right people to send friend requests. A lot of them won't approve it, or a lot of them will just ignore it because they get so many, just like we get so fucking many. Like, am I right? Everyone here gets like random friend requests, multiple
Yeah.
Well, if they're in your area or if they look like a decent person, accept them and then have a copy. Hey, it's great to connect. Thanks. Why'd you send me friend requests? Would you mind following would you mind following my page, and send them the link? Bam, first message off the bat. Don't fucking wave at them. Don't say, hi, how are you? Just hit them, bam, with that. And the same goes the other way. If you send 20 friend requests a day from people who are on an Arbonne page, or people who are on a Herbalife page, or people who follow a fitness page, or, people who are at your local gym, find a post that's really engaged, that has like 60 or 70 likes, open up all the likes and just go add friend, add friend, add friend, add friend, right? Keep a copy of the names. The ones that accept your friend request, pop up in your messenger, hit them with that message. Hey, how you doing? It's great to connect. I go to the same gym. Would you mind following my page? Have a look. And it's an organic like on your page that will then see your content, read your ads.
Yep.
Right? You don't have to spend money to put it in front of them. It's
That's
already
it.
happening.
Yeah,
So
Brendan says here,
that's another big one.
people who meet online have connection face to face, and people who meet face to face, they connection from online.
That's it.
Yeah.
So I'll give you guys, like, I'll go off on a tangent. I'll give you guys an example. When Abbas and I were coming back from Bali in December, we were waiting in line for the airplane. And this lady runs up to me from.
Yeah, she was quite loud. Yeah.
She was very loud.
Mm-hmm.
From the end of the freaking airport, runs up to me. She goes, "You're Steph Al-Chami." I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Oh my God, I've been following you for so long." I'm like, "Okay." And she's like, "What is it you do?" I'm like, "Oh, this girl doesn't know what the hell I'm doing, but she's listening to me." I'm like, "Imagine." She bought it for me. Wherever I go, I'm like, Energy, Ace, Amazon, this.
ATMs.
ATMs, it's for free. This organic, this is your best free. This is organic, it's for free. Use it. Use it. You guys have this ability to run ads. People will kill for that. Use it. Literally. What are you guys afraid of? I know, who gives a shit? Bye. Have fun with your shitty business that's not working. Let me know when you want to hire me as running your ads. Straight out. It's organic. Organic. So straight, leave you guys with that. Branding. Branding. You are your brand. We got amazing. How many people were in? We got 100 participants. Guess what? You, my friend, are one of a kind. There are 7 billion people in the world, and you're one of a kind. There is no other person that has the same eye color and the same face shape and the same nose shape and the beautiful face and the beautiful body and the amazing brain and the amazing and the amazing sense of humor. There's no one else like you. So don't be afraid to be yourself. See, we all follow these Instagram bloggers that like, I have this calm, living a luxury lifestyle. But what they don't show you is the authentic self. Like, you don't see what happens in closed doors. The people probably cry in the fucking corner because I hate my life.
Lisa's got really, and she cries a lot.
Yeah.
What's the name?
Jenny.
Yeah.
Jenny, like, she jumped on stage at the Unify and she literally cried 45% of it.
She's crying.
But she's authentic.
Yeah.
She shows her vulnerability. So I want you guys to like embrace that. You're branding, you're your brand. So if you guys want a little bit more of branding, watch, was it last week or the week before that I hosted?
A couple weeks ago.
I think it was not last week, the week before. I hosted a social media branding one. It should be in the Team Alpha Omega Zoom links. Go watch that if you guys are after branding. Do you want to add anything, Paulie, to branding?
Listen to the 10X rule. Go back to the basics that we started doing.
Yeah.
Personal development and branding, I think, are correlated more than anything. Because until you're confident in yourself to give your true self out to people or enjoy being yourself, then you can't brand yourself. So enjoy talking to people who don't want to listen. Don't be scared of what people's opinions are. Because if it's right for you, who gives a fuck what their opinion is?
Yeah.
Be you. Be authentic. Be real. Have fun. And the people who... Be annoying.
Be annoying.
100%. Just keep unmuting yourself, why don't you? Just keep be annoying. Nah.
Be annoying.
I like that.
No, I like it. Honestly, like, I love
have fun with it. Like that last video you did in the shops was gold. Do you know what I mean? Like popping in all the time, having fun, just having fun while you're out, and you got your phone in your pocket anyway, right? Have fun. As much as it annoys your missus, have fun and do it.
Absolutely.
Because somebody out there, one of those millions and millions of people, are going to enjoy it. All right? And they'll like you, regardless.
Yeah.
They'll like yourself first.
That's it.
I think branding is very important at the beginning. Why is
Branding?
because if you rock up in trackies, people will look at you like guys, not really, you know, he's already putting much effort into you, into himself. Like when you see a police officer, you give him a little bit more respect because he puts effort into himself, I guess.
Yeah.
Because that uniform takes a while to put on. You know, when you just wear trackies and a shirt, it's like, okay, this guy put no effort into himself. Why should I put effort into him? This is what Denmark says. When people give that excuse like Bill Gates or, you know, like Mark Zuckerberg, all they do is wear trackies. Like they're billion-dollar people. People, you know, he doesn't really need to do much. When you become a billion-dollar person, you know, do business inside.
Sorry.
Yeah, they're that wealthy that their time management is, I'm going to buy 7 pieces of the same clothing so I don't have to think about what to wear.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm just going to wear the same fucking T-shirt every day because there's one less thing to worry about.
It's true. So, yeah.
That's
what I'm saying. So, yeah. Put some effort into yourself and people can notice, like, you know what, this guy's, you know, he's waking up in the morning putting some effort into himself and people put effort into you. Like, if you just wake up, put a normal shirt on, like instead of a person wearing a suit, okay, someone take, you know, because you put effort into yourself, people put effort into you.
Yep. So I'll share a little story that happened to us a couple days ago, about a week ago. So I came out of bed, jumped out of bed, I sat on the edge of the thing, I'm like, can you get my Ugg boots? I don't want to wear anything today. Abbas comes up to me, he's like, are you dressed like a 6824? I'm like, no. He's like, yeah, well, get the fuck up and dress like one. So if you're not getting up and dressing like a 682 fucking 4, get the fuck up and dress like a 682 motherfucking 4. Straight out. Look at yourself. I want to set you guys a challenge and I want to see how you guys change this. For the next 30 days, put effort into your appearance in the morning. I don't even give a shit if you're wiping boogers off your kid's face. Get the hell up, put some nice clothes on, and see if that doesn't change your self-confidence. Okay? Wake up in the morning, look at your sexy self in the mirror. Am I dressed like a 682 motherfucking 4? If you're not, go motherfucking change.
It's true.
One thing I'll add to branding in that too is I think a lot of us in this, you know, business, we do grow a lot with, you know, personal development and all that. And it is good when you show your growth and those type of things. But I would say, like, and this is me personally, I would say don't be, you know, putting yourself out there like a self-help book all the time. Okay, that shit gets repetitive and there's so much of it. And to be authentic and to show up as yourself, you have to actually let people into what you like, what you live like, your hobbies, all these type of things. And that's where you find that common ground with people as well. You know, with your content, if you're somebody who does like a certain sport or like a lot of people who've had some good success in this, like that come to mind, like Elise and Josh, Brent and Molly, you know, they're, you know, caravanning, all that type of stuff. That's what they're putting out there. And that's the people that they're attracting into their business as well. People who want to, you know, have a business that they can take on the road and be able to spend with their family. And yeah, and you know, Paulie, he's somebody who comes from a BMX background as well. We know that about him. You know, if you're sport orientated, put that out there. If you're some of the other people like a lot of 4-wheel driving and getting out and about and doing that, that's very essential to your business as well. Put that out there for people to see, because it might be that one thing that they see that they go, oh, that person likes 4-wheel driving too. You know, what are you all about? Whereas if you're constantly being that self-help book of personal development, like, fuck, does this person do anything else other than take photos and try and give life advice?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, you know, people don't want to really hear that all the time, is what I've, you know, an experience that I've had with it as well. They want to be able to connect with you on that personal level. And, you know, first and foremost, people buy into that, you know, leader that you are and the person that you are before they buy into, you know, the greater vision and the business. So, yeah, if you haven't implemented that in your content and your branding moving forward, then that's something that you have to definitely, you know, look at doing in the future.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Des. See, so much freaking value. Like, fire. Boom. Yeah, mic job. Okay, so the next one is running ads. Okay, so guys, I'm going to give you guys literally the basics. If I go off ads, I'll probably have to go for an hour, but I'm going to give you guys basics. So what I'm going to tell you what not to do. So I'm going to share my screen. All right. Let it load. So when you guys are running ads, there's so much different ways to run ads. There's boosting ads and running an actual ad.
Yeah, there's different ad accounts.
Yeah, there's different. Oh, there's so much. Yeah. Okay. So you guys understand that if you guys just started, you cannot run an ad unless you are, you have at least 100 likes. And you at least have 1 week of quality content on your page. So what you guys want to do is you want to make sure the first not to do not run ads off your personal ad account. See how it says your personal ad account? This, do not run ads off it. All these,
unless it's your first like week.
this is like, these were like, because I have another business page. This is all my other business page, okay? So you want to make a secondary, third, fourth different ad account. So for example, that's not what you want to do. Yep.
Why not? Why do we not do that?
So if this ad account gets flagged, Anthony,
your personal one.
Your personal one, your whole ad account cannot be used. You need to make a whole new fan page, a brand new one.
Oh shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what you want to do is you want to refrain from using that personal ad account, because if that gets flagged, you got to make a whole new ad account. And I've seen people, you know, put all their effort, time, love, and attention into their page because they were running off the personal ad account. It gets flagged. See you later. Shut it down. Bye. Have to make a brand new Facebook page. Okay, so that's It happens. I've seen it happen. It happened to one of our teammates, and they were gutted.
Yeah.
So that doesn't happen if you use a secondary one, right?
Yeah.
No, if it happens on a secondary one, the best part is you can make another one.
Yeah.
And then another one.
Yeah. Quick question.
Yeah.
I have a secondary account, and I had an ad running off that at the beginning when I first started, when we first signed up, and unfortunately, I just so happened to start running my ad when Facebook kind of shut itself.
Okay.
So I spoke to somebody, and they said don't run your ad. It was Phil and Kayla. They told us not to run our ads off that ad account anymore. So I just went straight to use my personal one instead of create another one.
So right now,
would that other secondary account be affected still?
No. Okay, right now, are your ads running off this account?
Your personal?
Yes. The
get rid of them now. I'm telling you now. I'm so sorry to say, but you need to get rid of them, because you're going to risk your page getting shut down if this one gets flagged.
Oh, okay.
So I want to give you best advice. Okay? So definitely, your personal ad account, you should not be running ads off it. Please, guys. Okay. I can't stress this enough. I've seen so many people like almost crash and burn, get really, really upset, really, really affected.
That's all over again. Yeah.
That's all over again. So secondary, third, and fourth. Make sure when you make a new ad account, they use different bank accounts, different credit cards. So like one is like PayPal, one is credit card, one is blah, blah, blah. Whatever the case may be, I'll let you guys do it. Make multiple credit cards if need be. But obviously you just need one to start with. Okay, just one other one, then use personal account. So that's the first one, what not to do. Okay, so there is nothing wrong with boosting ads. There's nothing wrong with it. I love boosting ads, and I'll tell you why.
We boost our go lives.
Yeah, I boost my go live for $1 a day per 7 days, because what it does is, for example, I'll give you guys an example. Which one?
I think on the wrong ad account.
Probably mine. Probably the personal one. No. Yours? Okay. So obviously about 3 or 4 weeks ago now, maybe 3 weeks ago, what we did was we ran some boosted posts to gain traffic onto our page, just for free, like just $1 a day. It's not going to break my bank. $7 a day thing. I spend more on coffee. So what we did was I just boosted go lives for $1 a day per 7 days, and what it did, obviously the impressions were really, really high. Lifted up my algorithm, lifted up the people that's going to message us. Obviously people are now following our page and following our journey. Again, people watch for a little while. Okay, so there's nothing wrong with boosting ads. You just want to boost it off the right ad account. Make sure it's not running off the personal account. Get ready, guys, because like I said, if I'm going to go over this, I would need definitely more than 10 minutes. Very, very long time. Shauna, David, Brandon, Travis, Ashley McKenzie, everyone right now is in Cabo because they're completely revamping the ACE initiative platform.
Even the blueprint.
The blueprint even our blueprint is going to have our head coach in it. So you tell me if that's not a selling point or not. If you don't know how to sell point that's your head coach, I don't know what is. Okay, so they're revamping the whole initiative, ACE initiative platform with brand new content, and ads is going to be one of them. Okay. So we have, the normal way to scale ads and everything. And Paulie has awesome training on lookalike audiences and retargeting. I have a little bit here and there. But if you have any issues with running ads, please message your upline. Please message Brody. One of the team leaders will be more than happy to think. Like I said, it's really a really complex subject. So do you guys have anything to add to that, Des and Paulie?
No, you've hit it on the head. You've shown a little bit. We do touch on ads every week. The last couple of team meetings have been based around ads. I did try to scroll up to see what the actual question was. I know you just wrote down ads as a heading, but I thought there might have been something more to it. But yeah, it's definitely, lots of little bits. I will just touch on, Roland's put in the chat just to explain a bit more what I said to Ant earlier. So if we're running to split test 3 different ads at $5 a day, when we get to the one that's working and we're getting leads from, we don't open that ad and edit the ad spend. We keep that $5 a day ad that's working active and we duplicate it to spend more on it. If we edit the actual account, Rowan and Ant, you will change the algorithm. This completely ruined my first ad as well, guys. So yeah, it's been mentioned before. We do miss things. You can skip things in the training. It's easily done. So I'm glad it got brought up tonight. Yeah, it's a big thing. Yeah. So make sure you duplicate instead of edit the actual ad set, the ad itself, the campaign. So.
Paulie, can I just quickly jump in with that? Is that the same? Yeah. If you're on your ad, you've written something incorrectly, does that affect it if you edit that as well? Or is it only what you've set it as your interest in money and stuff?
Don't quote me on it, but I've done that before and it does refresh, so it'll go back into pending or whatever. Okay. But then it'll get approved because it's the same ad. And I think, don't quote me on it, but how many times do you really want to edit it anyway?
It was just a mistake I saw on it. And I was like, I'm just wondering if that affected it.
Yeah, right. Was it in the early stages or was it well into it?
It was probably I was just only maybe a week or 2 in that I realised.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I wouldn't think it would make too much of a difference.
Yeah.
But again, don't quote me, it could. So I'm not sure. Any edit does change it and they will need to approve it again.
Yeah,
so,
I think they did approve it, so I think I'm assuming.
Yeah, I'll add on to that one. I'll add on to that one for you. So, if you do edit your post, it absolutely does kill it when it comes to, redoing it as an ad as well. I've done it previously where I had something that was, working and I thought I might just tweak it a little bit. And as soon as I did that, it's like it almost resets any engagement that it had. So if you've had 100 comments or 10 comments even on the post, it almost resets it as if it's 0. So your best bet, if you do muck something up, just copy the text and then just delete your post and then, go in and edit the post and do a brand new post. And that way everything just starts from scratch from there and just continue to build up the engagement again.
All right, thanks, guys. So I'll just give you guys a little bit of a disclaimer. This may go over. So if you guys, the leaders, are happy to go over, the rest of you guys, if you guys don't want to listen in, you guys are more than welcome to log off. You guys can catch the replay. But there's a lot of questions that can be answered and maybe you guys can really get a lot of value out of that. So if you guys want to jump off, you're more than welcome to. We're not going to hold it against you. Just watch the replay if you guys value your business at all. I don't really care.
And we all value our business. I'm just going to jump in quickly, just 2 more minutes, because I am going to have to jump off.
Yep.
I did just want to touch on, again, I got cut off before. I was going to community connections. Reach out to people that you want to connect with that are on the same page within the team, whether you're aligned with a Magic or not. We all want to help. But team support's a big one, guys, and page likes is sort of like a page likes and ads. So for the newcomers to build their page up is a priority, and people's ads are a priority. So I helped out Cody the other day by sharing his page in the multitude of chats because we're so broad now. you know, the original alpha page under Dave isn't as busy and active as it used to be, because we've spread out into Macaw and Lifestyle Hustlers and Alpha 2, and we're so big that we all can't connect through Messenger. But Cody shared his page on the actual Team Alpha Omega Facebook page, which would come up in your newsfeed. So please be aware of that. Please take note of it. And if there's a newbie in, please just hit that thumb and show some love, because it goes a long way. We all need to start somewhere. And that Facebook page is really the only way we can all connect, unless one of the leaders steps up and actually shares it through, someone else's chat, which isn't done often, but we do it if we need to. So I just wanted to add that in there for you guys. Cody reached out. Props to you, bro, for taking that initiative and putting it on the page. And yeah, just keep supporting, guys. Keep doing what you're doing, and show up. These meetings are awesome. I'm sorry I'm going to have to jump off. But yeah, peace out.
Is that on now? Yep, okay.
And thank you, Safa and Abbas.
No worries, Paulie. Thank you so much for your insight. We really value it. Okay, so I'm going to continue on with the rest of the list. I'm going to get through these as fast and efficiently and as value as possible. You guys obviously really would like these on a regular basis. Would you guys agree? You guys would like a team meeting just about you guys, where you guys need help, the tweaking. I think it's really valuable than us. Than us just like blah, 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 blah. And sometimes we get like flustered with all this information. We don't know who to ask. So we're like, should I ask this person, or would she get back to me, or would they get back to me, or do they have time to reply back to me, or would they be able to allocate time? So I think once a month we should make this part of the time. Maybe at the end of the month, we should give everyone a chance to really, really connect. Because if we're going to give value, every single leader is going to really get you guys confused. So I think I'll bring this up to the leaders chat. Closing leads. So I have so much, so we haven't made any training ever since we introduced the other core offers. So I would love to help you guys understand how to do that. So right now, I personally, the way Abbas and I run our business, we're very transparent. We are. Okay. And you guys don't have to choose to be that way. From the get-go, we're like, look, there's 4 different core offers. You can choose whichever one works for you. Obviously, the first one that they're going to be hit with is Inagic.
We actually tell them that the main core offer is Inagic.
Because it is. It's the best one. It's going to make you the most money and the most, allocation for commissions and like high-tech items and so on and so forth. And obviously, if someone says no to Inagic, then you filter them through to the other offers. But that's where your leaders come in too, guys. So, your coaches. So your leaders and your coaches will tell you your core offer. They should know it by now, okay? And they'll be able to allocate it. So you want to be able to show that Inagic's no longer the core offer. It's no longer the core offer. We have 4 different core offers, guys, and I guarantee you, there's an entrepreneur and there's a wantrepreneur. There's an entrepreneur who knows what they want. They definitely jump in. They get into their Inagic, like, yes, I want Amazon. Yes, I want Regen. I want ATM, blah, 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 blah. But you're going to get someone that is a wantrepreneur that wants to start their own business but doesn't know how. They don't know how. So when they hit with these core offers, they're like, okay, I think this one's going to work for me. There's 4 different core offers. 4 different core offers. If you pitch at least one of them, I guarantee you there's going to be one person that's going to resonate with at least one core offer. If they're serious about this business. Now you're going to get people who are just curious. They just sign up for the curiosity, honestly. But you're going to get people that really are sick to death to their job. They want to get another stream of income. And that's where the other core offers come from. So I will let me put that down. Core offer training. What I'll do is I'll film some, core offers, how you guys can pitch, and you guys can go from there. Would you guys be interested in that?
Definitely.
Yeah? All right, cool. All right, so other half help. Okay, so Abbas and I, from the get-go,
we practically like to read at 2 different libraries. We don't read the same book.
No.
Never. So end of the day, I like to do a lot of back. Like I like to do a lot of ads and all that. She doesn't study ads. I study ads.
Yeah.
And she studies something else.
Yeah. So like.
So instead of us doing like the same thing, it's like, you know, if I do 3 hours of work, she does 3 hours of work. If you combine about 6 hours worth of work.
Yeah.
Instead of us doing exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
So, you know, we never read the same book.
Never. So like Abbas is really great with analytics and the data and, you know, running the ads and freaking maths. I suck at maths. I suck at running ads. I know the basics, but Abbas is because he studies it, he understands it. I'm like, you know what? You do you. You do you, boo. I'm good. I'm the content. I'm the branding. I'm always like masterminding. Yeah, we start arguing about that. We mastermind every single week. We're like, how can we make our page better? How can we help the greater good? How can we help the masses understand? What can we send out adventure? That's what we do. So find a personality, like a trait that you have. So like if your significant other is great at editing photos, cool. You're in charge of content, my friend. Love ya. Okay. And the other one is really good at data analytics tool and helping you with that kind of stuff. You do you, boo. For ya. Do you know what I mean? So you want to be able to allocate things that you're really good at and like, because we're two different people, but we're together. So the business is in both our names. So whatever we're going to put in different times. Would you agree, Des?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I know as far as myself, and although I'm just a personal brand by myself at the moment, Hayley, you know, on the other end has done a lot for me. You know, outside of that, when it comes to things like content and everything like that, and she still works. She has a full-time job at the moment, so she hasn't got that time to be committed to as many areas as what I can. And yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you know, in this business, when it comes to sales and that as well, I still reiterate that the most beneficial thing, and I went over it 3 times, is the Jordan Belfort training. Because until you know how to actually, you know, sell what you've got to offer and how to phrase it and how to have that lead conversation and feel confident with it, then you're not really going to sell anything, because you can think like you're sort of good about it, good with it, you know, all you want. But like Abbas and Safa said earlier, the straight line persuasion training, what was it worth? Like couple grand or $5?
It's $5,000 per episode, and there's 10 episodes.
Yeah. So, like, I mean, what, $50,000 worth of value there? Like, I think it works. But there's still people who come into this and they won't go through that training. You know, you know, I've experienced it. I'm sure you guys have experienced it. And the training, you know, it's something that the sales is a high level skill set for life. Anything that you go into, whether, you know, you make it on this journey and after a while you don't feel like, you know, selling offers like a Nagic or Amazon or whatever it might be, whatever you go into, that sales training and straight line persuasion is going to apply to anything that you want to sell in the future. This world is sell or be sold. You know, you're either sold to what you're doing in a job and all that, you know, which is what I committed to ever since we're an adult, or when we started working when I was a 14-year-old kid, you know, the past 15 years of my life. And as a lot of, you know, other people would have experienced up till this point, you know, we got sold on that life plan. But then after doing it for all that time and doing everything that I thought was success, you get to a point where you start to realize, like, hey, this is bullshit. Like, if I do this for another 15 years, I'm going to be nowhere again, no closer to freedom and all these type of things. So go all in on this and make sure that you do what you have to do, okay? And just be real. If you've only got an hour each day, you know, to go through things, then set aside that hour to watch the straight line persuasion training. I really feel like it's the basis, other than, you know, creating your winning ad and that in the beginning. Obviously, you need an ad and you need leads rolling in to talk to people. But outside of that, you then need to, you know how to be able to frame your conversations and be witty as well, to be able to, you know, see the same objections that pop up and straight away be able to, you know, respond to that, you know, with the relevant response to, you know, be able to call them on their bullshit. Yeah.
Okay. Tariq, did you put your hand up? Oh, wait. Yeah, you can unmute yourself, man.
Yeah, I did. How are you guys? So I just wanted to ask you questions. You remember how I had my ad campaign running for the past 50 days?
Yep.
Since Wednesday. So it was performing like it wasn't performing good. So I had to edit it again. So I just tried today to edit it. And I think it's working fine now. So do I have to delete the whole thing and go through it again?
No, yours is a live campaign. It's all
good. It's all good.
No,
we're not talking about. Oh, okay, fair enough.
Okay. Yep. Yeah. No worries, man. So obviously those who. Yes.
Could I just touch on something with the whole partner thing?
Absolutely.
Because I know there's a few people on here that are in the business just themselves and not their partner.
Yep.
This is something that I struggled with a lot, and you know yourself.
Yep.
Because I kind of didn't know how to juggle mum life. Is that me?
No. Keep going.
Mum life, partner, whatever. The biggest tip that I can give everyone is to try to include your partner as much as you can, but always remember to allocate that specific day once a week, that's your day. Because I got so caught up in it, in the business, that I started to forget about our Sunday night movie nights, or, I'm up late at night in the office doing work, he's gone to bed. It does. You get really distant, and it fucks shit up. Like, I was a mess. So if you have to, take a step back and really reevaluate your priorities and schedule it out of how you're going to make it work. Time for your kids, time for you and your partner, because it can get messy, especially if they're not in it. They don't 100% understand what you're doing when you're in your office. But yeah, just talk, keep that communication, whatever else. Yeah, I'm not going to get on to being a relationship counselor, but yeah.
That's okay. Like, I think that's the greatest value that you can get. Like, even though you're not doing it if those who are doing it as a couple, great. But if you go in against the status quo, even your partner at first, unfortunately, like, it happens. You want to be able to give them the adequate time, effort, value, and love that you can possibly do that. Anthony, did you want to say something? Because I know you've unmuted yourself.
Yeah. I just wanted to add to that as well. And like, she's 100% right when it comes to making a schedule for throughout your day, especially if your partner is with it. Because Kiki never used to be on board with this for at least the first maybe 3 months. And I literally had to find, like, every time I try to spend time on building my fan page and building my business, really, we would always have conflict when it came to spending time together, because I spent so much time doing this, and then it was just like a big head stuff around for me, because I didn't know when I'd get the time to do it, because I'm working, and it just really messed me around. But in the beginning stages, I found every bit of extra time that I could find that was outside of family to be able to build a business. So I used to use my smoker and lunch times, like, throughout my workday, to spend time, like, creating content or talking to people or watching videos, whatever it was. Or I'd get up a little bit earlier in the morning and I'd go and pick up, because I pick up a work ute in order to go and do my job. I'd go and sit there for half an hour, 45 minutes, and go through some content, go through some videos and learn some stuff, whatever it is. But in saying that, since we got the machine, Kiki's been so freaking on board with this. It's literally crazy. Now, while I'm at work, I don't have to do anything, because she's constantly making content and stuff all the time. She's talking to people and she's learning stuff on her own. So when I come home, I learn from her.
I love it. Look, honestly, like, I'll just throw it out there. I feel you, Kiki. When I first started, like, when Abbas first started this, he started on his own. When I seen the product, that's what I fell in love with.
Yeah.
That's what I fell in love with. So with us females, and I feel like it's an emotional thing. When we fall in love with someone, when we fall in love with something, we're involved.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, like, I'm so glad that you guys found, like, a balance, which leads us actually to our next point: distraction and balance. I know Elise and Josh take. Sorry, guys, I'm just gonna mute you. Mustafa gets a little bit distracted. So when you, I know Elise and Josh take, you have a brand new baby. And obviously Elise is kind of like step back. She's looking after the new baby. It's a brand new thing. Her body's really tired. She's taking rest and everything like that. And then obviously Josh can feel that. So I want to be able to tell you guys, pay attention to your emotions. Pay attention to what you give energy to. pay attention to where you're distracted. Because if you're distracted in one spot, it's probably a lack somewhere else. So it's a very stressful time. You're not getting much sleep. There's a new baby. You're dealing with your toddler and the baby. Are they going to like each other? Are they going to kill each other? Is this kid going to kill the baby? You know what I mean? That's what I mean. So you want to be able to find balance there. And finding rest, finding time for your business, and time for your family is what's going to really, really benefit.
That also can be your motivation, because I know Tariq Kahil, he only joined us a couple of days ago because of his twins.
Yeah, he has twin, 1 girl, 1 boy, and they're only 4 months old. And
so it could be your why as well.
Yeah, it could be your why.
Because if you had a full-time
absolutely.
job, she's going to do it by herself instead of you being there.
Yeah. So use it as your why, guys. And I was, lucky enough to get Tariq's twins and just snuggle them.
Yeah, he unmuted himself. Do you want to say something, Tariq?
Yeah, so it was hard at the beginning when I first started doing. Yeah, so it was very hard for her. So
because you've been working for 8 months, then I think your kid was born and you jumped on board. Yeah.
That's it. So I was focusing on the business for about 2-3 weeks now.
You can.
And I gave her all, as I told you. So I was focusing, sitting down. She was looking at me. Oh, are you going to help me or something? I go, all right.
I wasn't expecting any help, actually.
Yeah, but at the end of the day,
I love it. You weren't expecting any help, but you low-key wanted help.
I wake up every single morning.
I low-key wanted help, but I'm strong enough to do it myself.
Oh, yeah. Mommy power.
He doesn't sleep at night. I wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning, sometimes at 3 o'clock. His guys message me at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Love it.
He stays up.
Yeah, I do.
That's his why. His family's his why.
Yeah, so I just wake up very early in the morning. I help her for a bit, and I just jump on, do my thing, and then I'll try. Yeah, I do help you, and then that's it. I'll keep on doing that. As I said, now I started to schedule my stuff, from what time to what time I'm gonna have to sit down and read and listen to podcasts and do stuff. That's it. That's what I've been doing now, and then I can spend more time. Yeah, I spend more time now with them.
He's doing good. He's got great mentors.
Oh, you guys are so cute.
He talks very, very nicely of you guys.
We will speak nicely about you two guys.
Much.
I believe Michael Smith wants to talk. It's his first meeting. He wants to talk already.
Go ahead.
Show your presence. Show your presence.
I just want to say hi to everyone there. I think I'm the newest member.
It's your first meeting.
Yeah. Look, it's good to sort of separate your time, but what do you do when there's 1,000 people out there that want exactly what you want? You have to outwork them. I think that's my personal opinion. You have to outwork them because it's a race, I know family and gym time and all that kind of stuff, but the moment you slow down, that person's catching up. The moment you tumble, he's right there behind you. You've got to get up and sprint again. You can't stop and say, oh, I've got to graze. You've got to just run. When you get to that finish line, patch up that graze and fix it then. That's what I think anyway.
I actually like that perspective. Thank you so much for
sharing. We take it as a
that.
marathon because when it's a sprint, when I think of a sprint, it's I'm always in a hurry. But marathon, it's I've got plenty of time, as long as keep moving forward, I believe. Yeah. If you come to a complete standstill, you obviously can't turn left and right. That's what I learned a couple of days ago. People want to go different directions, but if you come to a complete standstill, let's say inside a car, you turn your steering wheel left and right, you obviously can't go nowhere. At least you got to go at least in one direction, so you stick to a different direction. Makes sense? So you got to at least be going forward. Exactly what you said. It's a race. It's a sprint. You got to at least be going forward for you to steer in a different direction. Because if you steer left or you steer right, if you come to a complete standstill, you can't go nowhere.
Yeah.
So you got to at least be moving in one direction for you to eventually change lanes and all that kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
I just want to touch on that quickly too, because this is where I got really stuffed up in the business is when it comes to comparison. Comparison is the biggest freaking killer out there. I've been in this business for 12 months now, and for so long I was always comparing myself to everyone else. I was being mentored by Brody when he was this single guy with no kids, and I was trying to keep up with what he was telling me to do. I was always comparing myself with so many different people and being so hard on myself for not being where they are that I was just knocking myself down and taking myself 20 steps back. So remembering to stay in your lane and remember that we are all different. Every single person on this meeting is different. We have different paths, we have different kids, we have different partners, we're different. So we all have different schedules, we all have different lives, we're all different. So just to stop comparing yourselves to other people, no matter how long you've been in the business for, no matter if all these new people come in and then they make 10 sales in their first week, who gives a shit because they have a different life than what you have.
That's it.
But we're all different. Just remember that. And that's one thing that really, kicked me in the guts was the comparison shit.
Thank you.
Shit.
Because a lot of people. Yeah, go ahead, Anthony.
Yeah, you want to change that comparison to motivation, because when you see, it's very intimidating when you see someone so successful and you're doing the same thing, but you don't realize that they've been doing this for 2 years. You've only just started.
Yeah.
So you want to take that comparison, throw it in the bin, turn it into motivation, and think to yourself, frick, in 2 years' time, I want to be where he is. So talk to him, watch what he does, watch all his go lives, watch all his videos, look at his posts, and start learning from what he's doing, because that's what it's going to take for you to get to where he is in 2 years from now.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, guys, for sharing your value. See, I told you guys, I see so much leaders here. And that's what I love about these I call these workshops, because I'm not a dictator. I don't stay blah, 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 blah. Price of the product, I'll tell you. I like to use your pain points, and I like to turn them into pleasure points where you love the business and you're not struggling anymore. Which brings us to our next little thing is the price of the product. So I'm going to hit this on the nail on the head really quickly and really easily. I never tell anyone the price of the product before I funnel them into ACE, and there's a reason why. Because I would much rather sell them a $99 USD platform than a $6,000 K8 machine. Okay? I am all about, I'll answer this in the chat, guys. Would you rather me tell you a movie, how it goes, or would you rather watch the movie for yourself? Tell you the movie or watch it yourself? Watch it for yourself. Exactly why. It's an hour and a half. It's literally a freaking movie. The Blueprint is a freaking movie. So we are the only species on planet Earth that is a visual learner. So if I'm going to go blah, 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 guess how much percent of that they're going to get the blah, blah, blah? 5%. Whereas if they watch something, they're more likely to retain 50%, 80%. And guess what? Then they have a coaching call. And then that retains the next 20%, 30%, 40%. And then do you get what I mean? You're more likely to get them that way than I sell a $6,000 machine and I get 57% commission. Yeah. No, my friend. Get them to watch the Blueprint. Let them see the value in the product. The platform, which is ACE, and then the platform will do the rest.
That's right. And sending them through that ACE platform lowers their action threshold, which is their willingness to buy, because that whole program is designed to persuade someone into getting into the business and buying the product in order to do that. So if you try and do that yourself, you might be really good at it. And if you are a killer persuader, go for it. By all means, do it. But if you're still learning how to do that stuff and you're not quite sure how to close anyone just yet, focus on getting them into ACE. Don't try and sell the product straight away.
Good on you. Well done. That's exactly what we've done. Honestly, I've never done anything else. I'm going to share my screen.
Sorry. Can I just ask you a question?
Yeah.
What if you have got leads or got people who aren't interested in the business at all but absolutely love the product that you've got? So you've done a demo, you've showed them the water, they love it, they want it, but they do not want to be a part of your business, but then still sort of a bit hesitant on that.
That's fine.
I know.
Okay, if I was to give you guys one water bottle, would you be able to start a business opportunity with one water bottle? No. With every single Kangen water machine, you get a business opportunity anyway. So if you want to start at 50 years down the track, you can. They get a sponsor ID anyway. As long as you register as a distributor, they get a sponsor ID anyway. And then explain it to them. You guys get a sponsor ID anyway. So you're within the 8-point system. So if later on someone sees it, you help them with the product, they want to buy it off you, put your sponsor ID on the form, send it off to them, and Nagic sends them the machine, and Nagic pays you. Done deal, easy. You're going to get a lot of people. I've sold to so much people that don't want to be on the online. They just love the freaking product, and they do that. That's what they do. So there's no right and wrong. You guys work with what we work for you. Okay?
Thank you.
No worries.
I'll add to that one a little bit as well, just on the organic level, when it comes to price as well. If that is you definitely don't.
video.
What's that? Is that yours?
No.
Can somebody hear that?
I can hear you now.
No, there's some vibrating noise or something going on. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, so when it comes to price organically for the product, if it's, you know, people looking into a Nagic solely as well, you don't go putting, obviously the full price tag out there. You put it to them as a $0 down, okay? And then whatever machine they possibly might be looking at, that's where you have to do your due diligence a little bit when it comes to finance options, okay? So it's $0 down, and it starts from as little as, you know, $19 per week, or only $19 per week, you know, for, you know, and then that's when you can use that little basis of comparison as well. Like $19 per week is, you know, less than.
You buy your coffee, you know, if you buy 2 coffees,
it ends up being
coffee is like $4 if you're buying each one. Yeah,
and coffee kills ya, and Kangaroo water doesn't.
Yeah. And putting it out there that it's, and then if you refer somebody else on to get the product, then you get paid for it as well.
Yeah,
and that's the beauty of the business, and just and you might even find your other little comparisons that you can use for that as well. You know, but yeah, getting something for $0 down, and you know, that's for $19 per week. You know, everybody out there's normally bought a car for $0 down, and I mean, speaking for myself, I've bought cars that are over 20 grand. A lot of people here probably have as well, and it's an asset that only depreciates, and that's, you know, never going to make you money for referring it on. You're only going to make the car salesman money for that. So and in ACE now, the beauty of having Brendan Teager and Jenny Pham and that in there as well with the organic stuff, definitely go through that training. And I'm pretty sure recently Brendan did like a live video in the ACE group speaking about price, and it went a little bit on along the lines of what I said just there as well.
All right, thank you so much. There's for your thing. Tariq, you have your hand up. Did you want to add something?
Yeah, I just wanted to tell you, you were right about saying that we don't have to introduce the actual machine for people that we're going to buy it soon. So, because it happened to me actually. So when I first joined you guys, I jumped on the ACE, and I found ACE is actually motivated, like it's actually motivational enough to just be in the business. So that's what I find out about it. So it's a good idea that you said, and thank you for sharing your content for us.
Thank you so much, Tariq, for your beautiful kind words. So I'm just going to share my screen real quick, guys. I want to make sure that everyone's added to these groups, okay? So please reach out to someone. If you're not added to these groups are super, super important. The first one is...
add yourself, yeah? If someone accepts you.
It's a private group. So the ACE Apprenticeship Program, this is the first group that you should be added in. As far as I'm concerned, as far as I know, every Tuesday at 11 o'clock, there's marketing mechanics with Ryan Hodgkinson. I think, and sometimes the other leaders, and I think on Thursdays or Fridays, there's Travis Fox. Okay, so this is the first one that you guys should be added into. Please, if you're not added into these ones, please reach out to our upline so you guys can get added into these. Second one is the Alpha Omega Hub. Wait, Team Alpha Omega Hub. Team Alpha Omega Hub. So obviously once a month, what happens is we filter our leads through as cold leads. We warm them up with the content. The leaders, we got a webinar here. The leaders help you guys close your leads this way. Leave it to the professionals, guys. We can help you guys, you know, really.
Apparently it's working.
Yeah, it's working for a lot of people. And this is also open for you guys. If you guys have really, really good content, really good value, please reach out to a leader. We can add you as an admin, and you guys can share a go live for the day. We don't mind. We like seeing beautiful new faces and everything like that. So that's the second one. Third one is the JPM. So there's three. JPM and Nagic Race to 6A2. JPM presents Kangen Water and Ukon. JPM Elixir of Life, Fountain of Youth, Family and Friends. So this is the one that you want to go to the file section to learn about the product. The product as a whole, you want to go to this one to learn about the product. This one is the one that Balaj goes live in every Tuesdays for 2 to 3 hours and helps you guys understand you know, he's a 6824 who literally kills it in his business. We're actually, David is like three underneath him. Okay, so we're underneath his umbrella as well. We literally are under his umbrella. Okay, so these are the 4 products. So if you guys want to learn about the benefits, you go to those. You know what? I'll just go into it really quick so I can show you guys what I mean. GPM presents Kangen water and Ukon. So Balaj's mum, I don't know how to say her name. She literally has, you know, gone through so much specific Kangen water uses, germ elimination comparison, labs, pregnancy, scientific research in Kangen water. You know, is there scientific proof with Kangen water, concentration of hydrogen? Literally, it's infinite. Okay? I studied this very, very closely last year. Okay? And I'm going to do it again because I need to refresh and I love my product. Second last thing that I'm going to go through before checking the chat. Like I said, guys, I do thank you for guys for staying so long. Because you obviously value your business and value yourselves. Accountability. So choose someone from your team that you really resonate with to hold you guys accountable for your goals. I will touch on goals in another time. Like I said, it's going to take a little while. I want to help you guys really break down your goals. I have a YouTube video helping you guys really get into your goals. So if you guys want that, go onto my YouTube channel. And mindset. It's literally the 888. If you're not touching up on your personal development every single day, and you hear us yapping about it every single time, because it actually freaking works. If you want to learn how to deal with rejection, if you want to learn how to deal with, saying no's, if you want to learn how to, just master your mindset, personal development is key. Okay?
Hey, Safa, I just want to add to that. I've actually recently qualified as a holistic life coach. So I'm actually having a free webinar for personal development on Wednesday. So if anyone is keen on jumping on, message me, Danielle Maynard, and I'll get you on that webinar.
I love that. Thank you so much, Danielle. Thank you so much for sharing that. Well done.
No worries.
I'm going to be annoying and touch base again, Safa, because this is something that I want to share with everyone.
Yeah.
I had a really amazing call with Nikki and Colin last week, and this is really interesting what they said. So as some of you on here may get that feeling, you're like, oh my gosh, I got to post content today, or what you're doing starts to feel like a chore. It starts to feel like a job. You just like, oh my gosh, you have no passion for it. You just get real about it. Change your perspective and say, today I've learned this. Someone needs to hear this. So I'm going to share this. Today, this message or what I've learned could help change someone else's life. Change your perspective. Instead of, oh, I've got to post content, you're going to share this because you can potentially change someone's life, or you could help someone today. And also another thing, if you're not really knowing your why, get deep with what your why is and your passion and why you're actually doing this. Why are you doing this? Because you want more money. Okay, well, why do you want more money? Because I don't want to work. Well, why don't you want to work? Because I want to travel. Okay, but why do you want to travel? So get really deep with what your why is, and then that will help you really build your passion and that purpose for what you do. It'll help you out. So that's just for anyone if they're struggling at the moment with feeling a bit sluggish and don't really know where you're at with the business, just change your perspective a bit.
Thanks, Alicia. So turn into a 3-year-old. Why? But why? But why? But why? But why?
I like it.
So I'm just going to go. Okay, so one question I've seen in the chat is webinar. Brody has a webinar. Brent and Molly have a webinar. Paulie, I think, has a webinar. We leaders have a webinar. We have a Team Alpha Omega Hub webinar. I have a webinar. Abbas has a webinar. Find someone's webinar that you really resonate with and you like and use it. Hey, what about that? If you guys want my webinar, I'm more than welcome to share it with you guys. Just reach out to me. It's really quick and easy. You want to share something, Anthony?
Yeah. I find something that works quite well. Like when you get a lead in, do a quick Facebook stalk on them. See what kind of lifestyle they're living. Like, for example, if they're really hard, like if they're really tough type people, if they're drinkers, if they're 4-wheel drivers, whatever, they might resonate with like Brody's webinar really well, right? Because Brody's like one of those, like, doesn't mess around, straight to the point, doesn't take shit kind of You know, you take it or leave it kind of things. And that's kind of what like tougher guys kind of want. They don't want someone sucking up to them and saying, "Oh, please buy this," and you know what I mean. But then you'll get someone else who's a bit more timid, or maybe even like a lady. You might resonate with like Brandon Odom's video a lot. Well, you know, I'm not saying that Brandon Odom's like, you know what I mean.
No, we get you.
Yeah, so do like a quick Facebook stalk on them. Just go onto their profile, see what they're like, and then you can choose what landing video you want to send them. I find that works quite well with me.
Yeah,
it does really work. Also, sending voice messages works a lot as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll give you guys a tip. Whenever you guys are sending, whenever you guys are sending many chats or anything, record a video, shrink it, and then send it to your leads. It works like fire, honestly.
Guys, I'm struggling to get videos through on my pages manager.
You have to compress them.
I've done the app and compress them.
I have done that, and I've got them down to like 8 megabytes or something, like real small, and they're still not going through.
That's weird, because as long as it's less than 28 megabytes, it should go through.
It goes through on Messenger for me at less than 28, but on my pages manager, it won't let me put any videos on there.
On your mini chat? Are you tracking your mini chat?
No, I'm not.
No.
Okay, mini chat that shit.
Do some more studying.
Yeah. Yahya got so many answers, strongly for answers. Please reach out. We don't want you guys to struggle. This is why we do this. Please reach out.
I haven't spoken to Yahya in a while.
Please reach out. I want to help you. I want to know what you guys think. Please reach out to your upline. I'm just going through the thing. I think we're nearly done. Best thing to send to organic leads. If you go into your EWS website, if you log in with your Enagic sponsor ID, you get a free demo. 10-minute demo.
Has your name on it. Yeah.
Has your name on it.
In your sponsor ID.
All right. Admin. Okay. So I do want to thank each and every single person that made it this far to this, these meetings.
Sorry, Safa, I have a question.
Yeah, go, please. Yes.
Yeah, just I'm just reading about there is an ebook, and I'm trying to find what is this ebook for Enagic, and is this ebook different than the newsletter in the EWS website, or?
It would really depend on what kind of ebook it would be, because there's different ebooks. I've never heard of an ebook for Enagic and the products, but there are files in the section that I showed you before in the JPM. So maybe go through them. Maybe you'll be able to find some value there.
I didn't even know there's an ebook.
Cool. Me neither.
You do get sent an ebook, I think, from one of the landing pages. I think Brandon Odom sends them in your emails from the very first time that you sign up.
Oh, okay.
Might be that.
I didn't even know that.
Because that's the only time I've seen ebook ever being mentioned.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Anthony. I didn't even know that.
Thanks.
Thanks.
All good.
All right, guys. If you guys don't have any questions, I want to thank each and every single one of you guys that jumped on this call. Obviously, it went for a little bit longer than we normally do, but obviously, I hope you guys got a lot of value out of it. You got a lot of perspective, and I want to make this a culture every month, once a month. We can help you. We can jump on. Everyone can host it. You guys can ask your questions instead of being like fed with a lot of value and not so much output. It can be daunting sometimes. So thank you so much for jumping on. Have a beautiful night. Thank you so much for jumping on. Much love, fam. If you guys need anything, reach out. Bye.
Thanks, guys. You're much appreciated.
Thanks, Anthony. Bye.